It does, and I think it's an unpheasant. Beautiful. Hi everyone, it's HealsyPally, and I'm here at Washington Park. Today we're searching for a few things. I gotta find the right brightness. How about like this? Is that good? Yeah, that's better.
That's better.
So we're trying to get two different Pokemon today and their evolutions. We need Wiglett and Wugtrio because they're used to be at the beach only, but now they're also at water areas as it's the start of this event. So hopefully they'll actually be over here in Washington Park. Also, I need to go to a forested area, which I'm in a city. I'm not gonna be able to do that without driving a long distance, but there's a little spot in the city that's actually categorized as forest. So I'm really excited about going there and seeing if we can actually get Toedscool and Toedscool. Those are the two we need for there. We're gonna get started on walking all the way over. Hopefully we get there by 10 so I can be at the forested area by 10, and then I can just walk directly back here. So I'll get all 4 Pokemon very quickly after the event starts. See you then. So hot, scalding. Came back. Well, hello there, Dragonfly. Yay! Look at you. Beautiful. Yes, you are. Hi y'all, we're here at a Kabuto raid, and we're gonna go ahead and finish this and maybe get some, not Wiglett or Wugtrio because I'm not anywhere near a beach, a Toedscool and Toedscool. So that's our goal. I gotta tell, there's nothing there though. Stay for a little bit, drop an incense, see what happens. Hold up. I didn't see anything on the nearby. I might just leave. Let's see. There's nothing on the nearby. They aren't here. Yeah, they would be on the nearby. That's frustrating. Alright, y'all. As you probably have noticed, Toedscool and Wiglett are nowhere to be found in the areas that they should be for Adventure Week. Even though Pokemon Go has promised that Toedscool should be found in forests or grasslands, and promised Wiglett's expansion for this event to beaches or water, I found no success going to these biomes. Why and how is this the case? And what can we do about it? I'll show you how I was able to not only find working biomes, but beat the system and even secure what I thought I'd only have to find in the GTS. First of all, updated biomes have been in Pokemon Go since Wiglett's introduction in April 2024, following the change from Google Maps to OpenStreetMaps in late 2017. But even with all this work to blend the game into the scenery around us, Pokemon Go has still not given us any reliable way to indicate what biome you are in. It has not given a way to show Pokemon biome catch data after the fact, let alone pointing out the biome data of surrounding areas. This has led even the most experienced Pokemon Go players and GIS, OSM, Overpass Turbo understanders to come back empty-handed. Trying to find generalizable instructions for finding Wiglett and Toedscool's evolutionary lines all over the world in Pokemon Go is harder than one might think. After user Meta289's accurate post about the biome system in Pokemon Go being nonsensical, user UMamaD answered, "You're not wrong. People have gone to great lengths to study biomes, and I still don't think anyone's come to a really good understanding of them, and I don't think this mystery helps the game at all. Therefore, just searching natural equals wood or natural equals water using Overpass Turbo absolutely does not guarantee you any Wiglett or Toedscool. You might find it, but you might not. A lot of people have not, even when using these tools, as I have personally experienced in several parts of my city during both scorching sun and heavy rain. But this is so strange. If Pokemon Go is using this GIS data to construct what it shows up in our games, why would it be wrong or different when we're searching? Well, my friends, we are not thinking fourth dimensionally across space-time. Okay. First of all, as far as space, we're assuming that we just simply have to go to a location or biome that a Pokemon should spawn in, and the Pokemon will spawn.
Okay, sure, that sounds like a reasonable assumption until you think about areas that might prevent a Pokemon from spawning. User U-own-personality3155 mentioned that land use equals residential actually blocks Toedscool spawns. But after checking nearby, there really weren't any of those specific tags around the spots that did not spawn for me, which felt strange since I definitely was not getting spawns of Wiglett and Toedscool when near water. There's a huge lake in Washington Park, or when near a GIS-approved wooded area within the city. Also, Ravenous Dave suggests that there possibly might be an aggregated biome system, where nearby biomes can seed Pokemon into surrounding areas without those areas actually having the requirements to have those Pokemon naturally spawn within them. This is very, very useful for us. We do not have to cross over into areas, we should just be able to get close enough. Alright, and now as far as time goes, we're assuming Pokemon Go is using the absolute most recent GIS data from OpenStreetMaps up to the minute, but this is likely a very bad assumption to make. User Calderi said that the data Pokemon Go uses is likely a cached version on their servers, and they likely have not changed it many times since their first iteration, claiming adding the specific 2022 date within Overpass Turbo will get you closer to more accurate data that your game is actually looking at. Also, user HorribScore stated that there likely has been a recent sync date between August 2023 and January 2024, so it might be possible to find an even less ancient date that would give you more accurate location information in your biomes. So armed with this information, I decided that I'd try to remove any potential variables, maybe anything that was land use or other terms with structures, buildings, or development that was likely not going to give us forested or beach vibes. So my plan is to go outside the city or along this creek we have where we'll be close enough that we'll get maybe seeded Pokemon from outside the city, because the water line is the delineation between the city of Albany and what is not the city of Albany. And in this case, Palkia with Spatial Rend will really come in handy to peek over this very wide creek we have nearby. So here we go, wish us luck.
Whoa!
At the Toedscool right here. Okay, here we go, watch this.
Another one?
Yo, we got it. Oh my gosh, there we go. We got it. Another Toedscool. And this is an extra large one. Yes. Okay, we got 2 Toedschools. There's still one there. We might be getting another one up ahead if we still go. It looks like it's still there. Could just be another one. All right, I'll see you in a sec. All right, everybody, I am now dropping my incense and also going to drop a Palkia Spatial Rend. And now we have an expanded view, and if we see any Wiglett, we should be able to see them if they're going to be in this huge river. That huge river that's going by. It's technically a creek actually, but whatever. Nobody has to know that. There's a Toedscool by the dog park. We gotta go all the way up there to get it. We do not have much time. We don't know how long it's been out, but I also want to get one more to send it home. All right, y'all, we are getting closer and closer. You can barely see my face here. There you go. We are getting closer and closer. I want to get that one more if we can. That would be really awesome. We definitely need to get more Toedschools. Oh, nice. Tadpoles are super rare too, but I would have preferred a Toedscool. All right, we got our Toedscool. We ran all the way here, basically. Maybe not all the way, but more candy for our Toedscool. This is so good. So we basically proved it, right? Where
even though the GIS locations are saying, well, the Tatsugiri or the Toedscool or the Wiglett could be here, if it's too close to a city, it won't count it as beaches, or it won't count it as wooded areas, and maybe in the future it won't count it as in the mountains if it's in a city, right? It'll actually exclude that area even though it would have normally spawned there, which is the only way that I was actually going to get a Toedscool. We freaking finally did it, and we have enough to be able to send it home, and I actually have an extra large Toedscool too. Yeah, I'll get it. I don't know if there's going to be any more. It does kind of say there's still one there, so I think we'll go ahead and check around it just for any more. And that'll be it. I think we got it. We did not get any Wiglett around here. I don't think Wiglets are going to be here in this creek or river or whatever it's classified as. But I will be checking on OpenStreetMap's website, Overpass Turbo, now that I know exactly the time range, and also wanting to make sure we are sufficiently outside of cities, at least for a Toedscool. I don't know if you need to be outside of cities for Wiglett, but for Toedscool and Toedscool, its evolution, you'll definitely need to be. Alright. Just look at that. So pretty. There it is. Oh my gosh. I am so happy there's still monarchs. There's not that many of them. But they're here. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at you. Look at you gathering all that nectar. Jumping from one to the next one. That's blue. Oh, okay, I can come close to it. That's nice. Shiny alright. So gorgeous. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay, so we made it out to Normanskill Park. We went back up and down a couple times along the river. Big surprise, we found Toedscool here. This is still technically Albany County. This, up until the river, and this way is Albany County. I have not crossed the river. Over the river is outside of Albany city limits. To me, that's going to mean, especially with all the information we've gathered on Reddit, I think it may be a town. Bethlehem's a town, I think it is. I'm not sure, but basically because it's outside of the huge city of Albany, the forests are immediately able to be categorized as forests and outside the city limits, thus not canceling out Tatsugiri's spawn rates. Now, Tatsugiri is not going to spawn here itself. Toedscool spawn rates, because that's over there is the forest, and over here is city of Albany. Over here, Toedscool spawns have been getting canceled out, even though they would spawn right here. I have not crossed the river. I have not actually gone over there to see what the spawns are over there necessarily. I've used Palkia, which helps, but none of the Toedscool I actually found were over there. They were over here on this side, which is weird, right? I just said it's the city of Albany. Why is it still showing up over here? We just said it should show up over there. There was another Redditor. You can see the information here, or there, or wherever I decide to put it. But basically, they've theorized that you don't need to be in the exact location for them to spawn, right? So if a Pokemon spawns over there because it's outside of the city of Albany and it's also forested, the Toedscool, they can walk over here, even though they normally would not spawn here. So you don't necessarily have to be fully inside of the forest zones. You can be technically in a zone where the Toedscool would not spawn. You'll still get that spawn as long as you're checking with the right time, also the right locations, which is outside of the city limits. And by time, I mean you have to have that special little check this data set, this time's data set previous to this time, because that's probably what Pokemon Go is working with, the 2022 or maybe even 2023 time area. And they might have recently updated. So check all of those different time ranges. I'll have all of this information, all of the links to every single Reddit thread and post and comment down below, so you can go ahead and verify this information for yourself. I haven't seen anyone put all this information together, but all this information was found out on the Silk Road subreddit. So we did not find any Wiglets, though, unfortunately. Even though there's all of this water, there was no Wiglets. So I don't know necessarily if forests and grasslands is true, or beaches and waters is true, but we know that forests is true and beaches are true, because everyone around beaches is like, yeah, we found Wiglets here. So what I'm going to do next, my next plan, is first we want to make sure that Toedscool will still be here even after the event. So I'll come back here after the event and see if we can find just one Toedscool. That's all we need to do to confirm that. And then 2, we're also going to go ahead and look around for some areas that are technically classified as a beach. There's an area on the river, the big river. What's the name of that river?
Hudson?
The Big Hudson River. There's an area that actually technically is categorized as a beach as far as GIS is, or OpenStreetMaps is concerned. So we'll go ahead and try that. I wasn't going to be able to get to that area because it's like there's the sides of the river and then there's like this little area inside, and on the end of that area is the sand, the beach. But because of Palkia, I might actually be able to get the range wide enough to maybe get the Wiglett. So there's that option. There's also a couple other options much further outside of the Albany city limits. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of that, but we got the Toedscool. I didn't get enough candy just catching them because I couldn't find enough. I've only found a total of 5. And you found like 4, 3 or 4?
I got 5.
You have 5 too, awesome. So you're able to catch all 5 of the ones I caught. So thankfully they aren't like running away as soon as we were approaching them, which I was afraid of. That's why I was sprinting earlier. But yeah, bottom line, make sure to check the times correct, because sometimes Pokemon Go is not going to have the up-to-date information. 2022 I think it is, and I'll have all the information to put into OpenStreetMaps and the special Overpass Turbo website. So that's the one that you're going to want to use. You just copy paste the text, plop that in there. Be respectful, don't hit run a bazillion times because it's like a professional thing that people outside of video games are using, so don't be a jerk. Be cool, be punk rock, right? So be kind, be helpful to everybody else you find, especially to those who don't have as much experience as you. Be safe and wear a mask when you're around other people. How's it going, everyone?
We did it! I definitely plan to get another video like this going, specifically for beach-centered Wiglett and Wugtrio, since there really wasn't any marked sandy beaches here, even though Diana found sand on the edge of the water, which could technically be considered a beach. And I also want to test whether the 22 or 23 to 24 version of the OSM GIS maps is more relevant right now for my city. And in that video, I'm going to show you how to find that out for yourself as well. So I hope you all had as much fun as we did playing. And how did we do on Fossil Research Day, you might ask? Well, see for yourself. Oh my gosh, you got a shiny!
I sure did.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you had it. Oh, it's playing with you. There you go, right on the nose. Yeah, you got a shiny.
Bye.
And then tonight, you can evolve it if you wanted to evolve it. Oh my gosh, I just got a shiny Tyrant. Okay. Oh wait, this is like after everything, or just walking for such a long time. Let me go ahead and show you. Look at the pretty blue baby. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. Oh my freaking gosh. It is so adorable. I'll see you around.